You have something holding you back from success, some personal aspirations. I'm going to show you a 3-step process that helped me find personal success when I was entering college. When I entered college, I desired looking for a friend group. I wanted to share laughs with somebody, or have some experiences, have fun moments, have that college experience that everybody talks about, right? But I found myself with nobody that summer. At least that's what I thought for a little bit. You see, I made no efforts to improve my situation or find those friends or anything. I was stuck inside working on assignments all day. 12-week curriculums on normal schedule were crammed into 6 weeks over summer, which made it really, really hard to spend time outside because I was studying and working so dang much that even my roommates tried to reach out and I couldn't hang out with them because I had to work on something, or I had a class deadline that was coming up, and it's like I couldn't manage my time efficiently to make those friends and connections. And because I wasn't making that progress, I ended up alone for most of that summer. Well, with this 3-step process, I could show you how I figured out what I needed to do right in order to fix that problem for myself. And remember, the problem for me was finding friends and experiences to have with people over the summer term, or in college in general, really. So the first step is to define the problem that you are having, right? I quickly figured out that, wow, I really am spending a lot of time inside. I'm working on my classes and studying. I'm turning down my friends I'm turning down my roommates when they want to hang out with me or offer to hang out with me by knocking on my door. And when I have my leisure time, I'm spending it on my phone or inside, watching movies, watching YouTube, really not doing anything to make an effort to go out with some friends and go make some new friends. On top of that, one of my classes was online, so I didn't even have the chance to go meet up with anybody because it was an online class. When you identify the problem, it makes picking up the pieces and figuring out all the little intimacies of trying to figure out what the problem is a lot easier and a lot clearer. Overall, you have the big problem, which is me not having friends. And then you have smaller problems like, having this online class and not being able to talk to anybody, or staying inside and studying all day. But when I realized that there are small problems that I could fix, like my leisure time not being spent with anybody, and the one class that I did have, I could have started outreaching. That's when you can start to put together some solutions. And that leads us into our next step of the problem. The next step would be preventing the problem. And this would be steps to counteract or prevent the problem from happening, whether that's the big problem or the smaller problems. Now, I realized that, hey, my building hosts like events and stuff for social outreach. They're trying to get college kids together to talk to each other. So I started going to events in my leisure time. I went with my roommates. I developed a closer connection with them. And then I realized that, hey, I can start outreaching in my one class a little bit more. So I started to make study sessions with the people around me so we can prepare for an upcoming exam. And that helped me bond with those people. When I started, making these friends and started unapologetically being myself, the problem I had started to shrink and shrink and shrink, and the smaller problems that contributed to the big one started to disappear like that. And it made it a lot easier to not feel so anxious and worried about this problem of not having many friends in college because I was starting to make some. Now, the last step would be to repair the problem. And what does repairing mean? Well, that just means upkeeping and analyzing what is going on with these smaller problems. Are they being tackled, or are they just being left alone? And are we really doing anything to continue preventing these issues from arising? Now that I had started making friends in college, the next thing was to repair the problem. If anything were to ever go wrong between my friends, say we have a conflict or a misunderstanding or a mistake goes wrong, making sure that that problem is fixed and repaired so that nothing will ever go wrong, and we can keep moving along in our friendship and growing and developing together in the college experience, Here's a little example. If I ever feel like somebody is slacking with me or doesn't really care about me very much, I'll use step 1, defining the problem. I'll ask them, or I'll figure out, hey, is there something wrong? Like, did I do something to them? I'll reflect on my actions. I'll see, what do you think it is that is bothering myself about the problem? And then I'll figure out, maybe is something bothering them. Then step 2 is to prevent the problem. So I'm going to prevent myself from making mistakes or saying rude things or saying something that might be taken the wrong way. I might ask them, hey, what is going on? What's wrong? Can we start to maybe help each other figure out what's going on? Why are we having this disconnect? Number 3 would be repairing the problem, which is actually talking to them and understanding their side of the story, understanding why they are treating you this way or why they don't agree with you or why something went wrong in the friendship. This 3-step process helps you easily figure out what the major problem is and breaking it down into smaller things that you could fix. And it makes the bigger problem not seem so big. Personally, I feel like this system works with more than just friends, and it just works in life experience overall. Like I said, you're trying to find success. So to find success, you must define that problem, prevent that problem, and then repair the problem. And sooner or later, it will start to solve itself as long as you keep tackling the smaller issues that lead into the big one. I strongly urge you to continue this process and to maybe start really analyzing the aspects of your life and see where you can find success next. And listen to me, I'd love to hear your wins. So if you ever want to, I have Calendly links down in the description below. We can schedule a one-on-one coaching call, which is completely free, and we can talk about these wins and talk to me about the situation, what you think you could have done better, or maybe I can help you in a certain way. I'm here to listen to you guys. So if you're ever looking for something, I'm right here for you. I hope you have a great day and never stop improving.